We just got back from this camping trip where my engine made this really loud blasting sound. So if you haven't seen that video yet, just go check it out and then come back to this one. And then, I don't know, we can speculate together. In this rebuild, it was very, very simple. What happened during that last flight was some sort of pressure had to build up above the piston in this inside of the cylinder, enough so that it caused the spark plug to blast right out of the cylinder head, the top piece. As you know, the cylinder comes in two parts. There's a top and then the main body of the cylinder. There was no sort of damage to the cylinder or inside where the piston is. However, the only thing that happened that caused that extremely loud blast was the pressure buildup and sudden release when the spark plug stripped out the threads at the top of the cylinder head, ejecting the spark plug. That's what caused the boom, but what caused it to happen in the first place? Todd Scott theorized that it's possible that if there was any sort of cross-threading that had taken place, it could have let in, I assume, a microscopic amount of air, a tiny volume of air, to disrupt the fuel-to-air mixture, causing it to prematurely detonate, which would cause something like the spark plug to be ejected from the cylinder. I don't know if you guys know this, but Gravity Paramotors also owns, or the individuals who own Gravity Paramotors also own Glider Sports. And Glider Sports has like that Jimmy John's freaky fast delivery. The guys at Glider Sports are really cool. They sent me out this box that had the new cylinder head, which I needed because the old one was completely stripped out. Not completely, but it was not going to be effective at holding that spark plug any longer. Inside the box there was also new nuts to replace the old ones, the gasket, of course, that seals the top of the cylinder to the lower portion of it. So if you're familiar with paramotoring, is the most famous Viterazzi Mostra 185, which is fantastic as far as paramotor engines go. And occasionally you run into a few problems, but for the most part I've had nothing but great fortune with the Mostra 185 Plus. This is the one that kind of threw me for a loop. So I removed the old gasket, put on the new one, which was actually already attached to the new cylinder head. I was surprised to find that there was a little bit of play when you hand tighten the nuts. I didn't expect there to be so much wobble to the cylinder head at that point. However, that all goes away once you torque it to the specific Newton meters, which I believe is 16. Make sure you refer to the manual, but I believe it's 16 Newton meters. Part of the spark plug was left inside of the spark plug cap. It's just this little metal piece which I was able to extract. However, I don't have the coil that comes within the spark plug cap that keeps it securely fastened on there so it doesn't come off during flight. So I probably need to replace the cap. Fortunately, I've watched some YouTube videos and it's relatively simple. I guess you can just kind of plug and play, pop one off, put the new one on, and then that shouldn't be an issue anymore. But yeah, once I had it all torqued, all of the nuts torqued properly, and the spark plug approxitorqued, Gutentite level, which, I mean, I don't think there's a way to use a torque wrench to torque the spark plug because you have that special component which you can't put onto the torque wrench that I know of. If you know of a way, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's it. I ran it up. It was super strong. I also hear a funny sound, and I don't know if I'm just noticing it for the first time. However, that is it the propeller sound that sounds distinctly different from the E-props versus like a Glider Sports prop, you know, to a Helix prop. Is that what causes these paramotors to sound different? Because I know good and gosh darn well that it didn't sound like that the first time when I had an E-prop. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the video, I don't know, leave it a like. Shit, I mean, this channel, the Paramotor Podcast YouTube channel, purely exists because it's like my way to post content that I'm not over analyzing. Obviously, my other channel has a lot of content that it's more of like focused on the adventure and having some fun. But the Paramotor Podcast is like a candid conversation back and forth. So if you guys want to reach out, comment in these sections, and I'll do my best to get back to you guys with whatever free time that I have. Okay, bye. I'm gonna go now.